Hello, this is Dr. Terrence Duncan, and today we will cover the 12th module of the Dissertation Journey, titled as Abstracts, Titles, and Introduction. You may recall from the previous module, abstract approaches to problem solving, 3 key learning objectives. The first involves identifying and recognizing the differences between assumptions and inferences. You may recall that assumptions are at times statements of opinions, but you will need to include supporting research to validate these assumptions. Inferences are a series of conclusions that may arise without complete certainty. The data is available, but it has to be fully analyzed and decomposed in a manner to provide sound recommendations and opportunities for additional research. Second, we cover how assumptions and inferences are applied towards a dissertation proposal development. We cover how you, as the researcher, should understand how the assumptions could influence the direction of the study and how inferences provide a broader approach toward data analysis based on initial research or from descriptive data provided in other peer-reviewed sources. Finally, we detail creative thinking approaches towards problem solving. We recognize the development of writing evolving due to the expansion of online doctoral programs that are attracting a more diverse group of prospective researchers compared to the brick and mortar counterparts. The rigidity of doctoral writing has a series of best practices and styles practiced globally. However, prospective researchers can use innovative and creative writing to underscore their approach towards research development and connecting the lit review with identifying gaps. As topics continue to expand based on a number of schools emphasizing scholar practitioner learning modules, different approaches towards academic writing is necessary to address some of the complex problems exist in the research related to social issues in business-related settings. This particular module has 4 key objectives. The first is to underscore the importance of reviewing and writing abstracts. The second is to improve database searches by use of effective keywords and integration of keywords in abstracts. The third is to examine the approach of developing an attractive title. And finally, we will explore requirements for a sound introduction for doctoral writing. Although doctoral students do not put much stock or value early in the program, the title and abstract of the dissertation or other academic writing set the tone for the duration of the submission. Therefore, it is important to underscore this element of the development of your dissertation journey. The abstract and title becomes the official cover or face of the academic publication, thus underscoring the importance of drafting and fine-tuning it prior to publication. Similar to purchasing a 300-page novel that most people will not read, the majority of the readers will read the abstract in several paragraphs early in the publication to acquire a good feel of the proposed research or literature review. Similar to developing the alignment with the problem statement of the dissertation, the abstract provides a more clear picture of the approach the researcher needs to take towards a publication and outlines the research findings. Regardless if it is a doctoral candidate or published findings from a clinical study, the title and abstract is equally important as the presentation of the work itself. For example, in medical journals, the title, abstract, and keywords must clearly indicate the type of the direction of the publication. In scientific research, such as clinically related publications, the title length is recommended 10 to 12 words in length, and the title should be considered catchy or appealing to the audience, according to Baldry. Those who feature shorter words that captures the audience attention is more likely to be cited and read according to the research. Within a scientific research context, stating the intent and purpose of the study through an abstract should be written in a manner where the audience has an overall idea of what the article should entail. Pulled this from ResearchGate, but these are examples of good titles. As you can see, the titles clearly articulate the scope of the publication and the main topic. As you are searching for articles for your dissertation, please pay attention what attracted you to make the selection of the article for this particular research that you're studying. Often it is due to the title of the article. When you do search for the titles, compare what is a good title that appealed to you and what did not, and then ask yourself why. Here's another slide that I pulled that outlines good and bad titles. For the bad titles, you'll see that it could be either too wordy, too lengthy, or too broad. The title provides the first detail or look into the scope of the research article. Therefore, the name of the title could be considered as the front door or landscaping of a home. The appearance of the title should include accurate, appropriate, and specific elements of the publication, coupled with the appeal of the study itself, according to Tulu. The details of the title should be descriptive and neutral and relative to the overall scope of the study. The importance of the abstract is that it provides a movie trailer style approach into the scope of the research article or publication itself. The abstract will provide an overview of the study and often contain keywords used to tag or identify the broader elements of the study. When using a research database, you use keywords to help find articles of your choosing. Therefore, when you are providing the abstract of your work, you should have good keywords to have your publication indexed quicker based on the nature of the discussion. When developing an abstract, it is important to note it meets one of the three criteria listed. Or actually one of the four criteria listed, my apologies. Is your abstract informative to the reader, where the audience can obtain the necessary information about the scope of the research? The second is, how descriptive is your abstract? If you are presenting your findings, are you outlining the independent variables? Did you present your assessment to how relationships are related? If it is qualitative, what conceptual frameworks did you use, and what were the key results of your findings? Finally, you want to provide keywords and phrases that can be indexed, and the audience can make a snap decision as to whether or not the article can meet their needs. For this particular abstract example by yours truly, you can see how the topic is defined. The title of this particular publication, which was cut off for the slide presentation, is Challenges in Post-EMR Adoption. Very short, very straight to the point. The topic is defined immediately in the first sentence, framed by the complex problems under consideration. This is addressed by providing the background of the study. As readers continue to review this document, they will note that it is an argument for a case study based on the general and specific problems created by the overall complex problems of EMR adoptions after signature legislation that took place in 2009. The introduction of this publication quickly articulates the background of problems denoted by academic research. Writing an introduction can be intimidating for many doctoral candidates. Dissertations, depending on the university, require several chapters to complete, regardless of it is an online or traditional program spanning 100 to 200 pages. The approach towards writing an introduction, similar to other previous discussions, is a practice or technique normally not emphasized in graduate level courses and programs leading to scholar practitioner designs. You may recall in previous research by Crisfield, most master level courses do not fully equip the students with the tools to write a dissertation. This is not due to the professors not caring about developing the work at such a high level. Rather, the goals and aspirations of students differ amongst different graduate students, and it will be difficult to enforce the rigorous standards of a dissertation or doctoral writing in that particular format found in the graduate studies. Remember, the approach towards writing an introduction should be meticulous. It should not be rushed. You will need to take your time, as the introduction is important as the title and the abstract. A poorly written introduction will lose prospective readers and could feature rejection from the dissertation chair or academic publisher. Doctoral students tend to rush into the writing aspects, regardless if they are in a classroom format or during the actual process of writing a dissertation. Without developing and formatting the outline, the paragraphs may have faults with the structure of the paragraphs, as well as lose alignment with the overall scope of the study. Students should stay away from long paragraphs as it features ambiguity and may lose the reader. Paragraphs should be concise and to the point. The introduction, as well as other elements of the dissertation, should be written as a sequence pieces of a larger story or context. Research denotes, similar to advances of technology, smaller pieces of written information is effective, similar to microlearning. This is due to how current generations tend to write and receive more information through shorter paragraphs, according to Ham 2017. And furthermore, paragraphs featuring clear and precise languages make the material easier to read and capture. At this particular juncture, you may recognize a similar theme. Research and the application of what is read via synthesis of the literature provides direction for each element of the dissertation, including the abstract title and introduction. Continue to research the techniques and analyze the unique challenges and these different scenarios under doctoral writing to mitigate against unnecessary errors, which could affect the time to matriculate through each level of the program. And here are the references for this particular slide. And if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call.